Welcome back to Westwood Capital LTV. This is episode 4. I'm sat with Laura, one of our relationship managers here at Westwood Capital. Welcome to your first shoot.
Thank you.
I'm going to start by asking Laura, more for the benefit of our viewers, a little bit about her role, what she does here at Westwood, and how Laura and I work together within the team. So over to you, Laura. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So yeah, I'm a relationship manager for Westwood Capital Finance. After the deal is introduced, I provide the indicative terms or costings to the broker so they can discuss them directly with the client. If they're happy to proceed, I'll gather valuation quotes from our panel. We'd like to, if we can, get all the due diligence paperwork before the valuation is paid for, so we can get some form of internal sign-off subject to the valuation. Mm-hmm. So then that part is really about collecting the information as soon as we possibly can, to gather that, to be able to put our report together, to be able to present that internally to our director for sign-off. Mm.
So I think one of the key things is you work very closely with me.
Yeah.
We work together on all the cases. So generally, a deal will come into myself, or even directly into Laura sometimes with some of her more regular brokers that she works with. And for our brokers who haven't met Laura, this is one of the reasons why we're doing these series of Westwood Capital LTV, so that you can get to meet some of the team. You follow the process through, really. Me and you structure a deal together.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and understand that deal. And then you will provide indicative terms or a quote or a costing or whatever that looks like, whatever the broker or whatever the need for the client is. Yeah. I think at that point then, it depends on where we are in the process. So very much like Laura's just said, would like to get some due diligence, ask for our preliminary conditions, yeah. But it doesn't always work like that, does it?
No.
We have a number of brokers who the first thing they want to do is, right, let's just get it valued.
Yeah.
And you go out and support them with that, looking for the quotes, etc., etc. So Laura's very much a resource that works very closely with me, works within the team as well, and supports our brokers, deals direct to the clients if the brokers prefer that, or dealing with the clients. I think that's really one of the main sort of keys, is that your role is very much a support role of the broker within this. So where our viewers will have seen on previous episodes where Darren and I talk about signing off deals, etc., that your role is very much getting it to this stage, and supporting people.
Yeah, and I think we'll support the broker in however they want to address that deal. So whether or not they're happy for us to directly deal with the client and collect all that due diligence, or whether or not the broker would like to be the person within that, that in between us to be able to collect it, is really up to them.
Yeah.
So some brokers can already have all the information before they approach us, so we can package a deal really quickly. So each approach is very different to each deal.
And I think that the key that I'm hearing there, Laura, is the flexibility. So you will support that broker to do whatever they want in whatever way they want. And I think that really is key. A dream deal is that it's introduced with all of our preliminary conditions before we've asked for them. We can more or less sign it off and provide credit back terms. Yeah. That doesn't work, does it, all the time? And sometimes we have to be flexible. I mean, number of deals where we have put out some terms, put out some terms and put it into valuations and put it into legals at the same time, because that's what it's needed. Yeah. And then we'll get the client to sign a waiver to say that they understand that if it comes back undervalued, etc., that the deal might not be proceeding. But the key there is the flexibility in the process. Is whilst we might have a process that we would ideally like, is that we don't always follow that because it's whatever is needed for speed, if that's the driver, or whatever the client needs.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about with you is, and especially to get our viewers to understand a little bit more, is your past, because you've spent 25 years at the local council, and I think you have a specialism that not everybody does. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so as you say, I worked there for 25 years. My last role was a strategic role for housing policy. We worked together with the forward planning team who developed the local plan for the East Riding. And we dealt with consultation responses, and we would compile reports for other planners to provide advice on policy points within planning applications. So it was a really interesting and varied role. And sometimes I can bring some of those skill sets to this role when we're dealing with applications that maybe have planning conditions that haven't been met, or just to provide a bit of guidance internally.
And I think that's one of the biggest sort of in-house resources that we have here at Westwood Capital is Laura's knowledge on understanding planning applications, pre-planning applications, all the nitty-gritty that comes with with that, we do quite a bit of refurb work.
Yes.
Where maybe it's a commercial to resi conversion, whether it's within permitted development, whether we've got something that has a part project that's already been started. Laura has the ability and the knowledge to be able to look at the online portals up and down the country, wherever they might be, and have a look at that and see, has the work been started? Is it, have they got sanctioned what they needed to get sanctioned of this? Is everything signed off? So that really is a big resource and sort of specialism that we have in house. We can look at those quickly whilst you're here, and we can make a decision very, very quickly on, have we got what we need? Yes, we have. And that sometimes saves us a lot of hassle at point of legal, because we can have already reviewed that and gone through all of that. So that really is a big specialism. Outside of work, Laura, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
So I have 2 children who both still live at home because they're only very young. So Elliot will be shortly 9 and Olivia is going to be 14. So she's just choosing her options. So, quite a chaotic lifestyle at the moment. We've just recently moved, so there's still quite a lot of work to be done at home. So we're very busy on that. We enjoy, as a family, being together and doing family things on a weekend. And I like red wine.
Yeah, a little bit too much. Wonderful. Well, look, thank you. Great to have you on Westwood Capital TV today. And I'm sure the viewers will see you on some of our case studies later on.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.